guys, today I'm going to be talking about Frankincense Carterii from Appalachian Valley, natural products, and Anatolian treasures. I'm going to give you guys some information about AVAT the company, then I'm going to talk about the product itself. I'm going to give you some basic information about frankincense in general, tell you about the product, what you can use it for, and then give you my opinion of it. My name's Sharon, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you guys subscribe below and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. Okay, so let's get started. The company has a very long name. I refer to it as AVAT, A-V-A-T. I've also seen it referred to as A-V-N-P. Now to further complicate the matter, there's another website out there called Ancient Healing Oils. And if you look at them, they look like they're copycats of each other. And the story behind this is pretty interesting. So AVAT used to be a wholesale-owned company, and it was owned by a man called Butch Owens. And Ancient Healing Oils was and still is owned by a man called John Krosky. John was a wholesale customer of Butch at AVAT, and eventually Butch decided to retire. John bought the company, and rather than merging these two companies and websites, he kept them as distinct entities. So they are both owned by John, and they are legit sources of essential oils and other products such as that. There's a few things I really like about the company. The first is that they offer samples. I think it's so important to be able to try a product before you buy it, or even if you want like a little bit of a precious oil or more expensive oil, then you can purchase it from them. Now, most of their essential oils, they all come in these little vials, and they're screw-off tops, which is super cool. They're not the wand, they have the screw-off tops, and their opening is pretty small, so they don't have orifice reducers or anything like that. It's 0.3 of a milliliter, and most of them are 75 cents. Obviously, they're precious oils such as jasmine, helichrysum, rose, and things like that are more expensive, but most of them are 75 cents. Their carrier oils, too, are also 75 cents. They say this is 1 milliliter. I feel like it's a lot more. So this, I believe, is a 2 milliliter vial. It would easily fill that up. Another comparison, this is 5 milliliters. They see this as 1. I feel like it's a lot more than 1. One of these days I'll measure the bottle once I use up the oil. So they have samples that you can order from them. They also let you have 3 free samples with every order that you make. The samples have to be 75 cents, and there's no minimum order, and it's open to the public. So if you order $35 or more, you do get free shipping. Which is awesome within the continental U.S. Not in that area, they have something called shared international shipping. I have no direct experience with this. What I've heard they do is they'll give you a quote and you can either accept it or reject it. Somehow you guys split the shipping. I'm not exactly sure. There is another company out there that's similarly priced and has samples. It's called Eden's Botanicals. One of these days I'm going to order from them. I actually have a wish list already, and I'm probably not even going to order for another year or so. But with Eden's Botanicals, they are cheaper milliliter per milliliter. So if you do the math, Eden's Botanicals, most of their essential oils are $2 per 1 milliliter. With AVAT, I just told you 75 cents for 0.3 of a milliliter. 75 cents times 3 is $2.25 to get a milliliter of your average oil. Now, so Eden's Botanicals is cheaper. However, with AVAT, they have 2 things going from them. The first thing is, for about $2, I can try 3 oils, whereas with Eden Botanicals, it's just 1. And AVAT has free shipping, $35 or more, and I get 3 free samples with each order. So I think that's awesome. Now, I would recommend that you, if you're thinking of purchasing larger quantities, sign up for their account. Now, I am not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. It's not sponsored or anything like that. They have no idea I'm actually making this video. So if you go to their website, you can purchase. You don't have to have an account or anything. Log out or purchase as a guest, and you're going to see that you can purchase a lot of things. You can buy samples. The oils come in 5, 10, and 20 milliliters. All of these milliliters have something called orifice reducers or euro droppers, and that is this little droppy thing that gets the oil out drop by drop. They're 1 ounce or any ounce size, 1, 2, 4, 8, etc. do not have these. And it's going to depend how you use your oil. So you can get those out with pipettes, and they sell those as well. I use mine mainly for diffusion. I need to get them out drop by drop. I actually, because I like saving money, I'm cheap, I like getting more bang for my buck. They had, I had logged in, and I saw that the spearmint, for a few pennies more, I could get 30 milliliters. So it was a few pennies more, and I got 10 milliliters more than the 20 milliliters, and I purchased that. And I just forgot that I didn't have a euro dropper in there. I know you could purchase them separately. I didn't. And I dumped a lot of my oil into my diffuser. And now I wasn't so upset about losing precious oil because their prices are so affordable. And I'm going to talk about that later. But my entire house smelled like toothpaste. And I gave away the oil just because it had a negative connotation for me. So it's going to depend how you use your oils, whether or not you want to purchase the ounces or not. So going along with prices, let's talk about that. Most of their oils are very affordable. I would always tell you guys to price compare. So for example, cardamom is more expensive on AVAT, which I think is ironic, than it is from plant therapy. So I don't know why. Same thing with jasmine. It's cheaper with plant therapy. So definitely price compare. All the companies that I purchase from are legit, therapeutic, undiluted, whatever you want to call it, unless sometimes they tell you they are diluted, then they're diluted oils. And you can judge this from their GCMS test results. The price and the name aren't necessarily going to be red flags. You actually need to get these tested in a lab and get the chemical composition. And yes, essential oils are chemicals. Everything in the world is chemicals, water, air. It's chemicals. Chemicals aren't bad. They make up everything that we have. Now, their prices are so cheap that had I not found out about this through a Facebook group called Real Aromatherapy Reviews and More 2.0, I would have thought that it was not a legit website. So this is lemongrass, and I think I paid like $5 or $6 for 20 milliliters. So that is crazy affordable. Now, how can they do this? Well, they are a wholesale company, and they also save money in a few ways. So look at their label. It's definitely nothing special. This is their old label. They have changed the logo a little bit, but look, very basic colors, nothing super special about here. They don't have the dots on top. I have to put that there. They're not really involved in social media. They have Instagram and Facebook, not active at all. They also put out a newsletter. It seems like John and his wife mainly run it. And John is older. I know he's in his 60s. He's at retirement, near retirement. He's been in this game a long time. And another way that they save money, I believe, is their website. If you take a look at their website and compare it to Eden's Garden, Plant Therapy, it is so incredibly basic. Like, they do have certain information on there. Their single essential oils have the COA, country of origin. They have how it was harvested or grown, for example, wild crafted or organic. They tell you the distillation as well, steam distilled or cold pressed, for example. And like I said, they have the test results available, but they don't have, for example, they use stock photos. You're not going to find a photo of the label on there. You're not going to find these pretty pictures or anything special like that. They don't have a lot of flowy language as far as use and scent. Their reviews, if they have reviews on their products, are years old. So it's a very, very bare bone website. And like I said, the way that you can tell whether oil is legit or not is not the website, not the name or anything or the price. It is the test results, and he puts those on his website. They do have some safety information. Carrot seed, for example, they say don't use if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Juniper berry, they caution you not to drive after you've had a massage because you can get sleepy. They caution you with birch and wintergreen. Don't purchase it unless you know what you're doing. So they do have some information like that. Pines as well. They say if you have sensitive skin or eczema or dermatitis, be careful with that. But it's not as thorough, I believe, as Plant Therapy in Eden's Garden, where they have specific information about safety for kids. If you don't have kids, then you don't have anything to worry about it. I would also always recommend you guys cross-check your information, do your own research. I've got links in my blog post below. I'm not an aromatherapist. I'm not studying to be one. I don't want to be one. I'm coming to you guys from a consumer's point of view of the research I have done and compiled, and I refer to experts in the field, chemists, certified aromatherapists, people who know what they're doing. They've written books. They're not biased like these MLMs who give downright dangerous information. So a little bit about MLMs is they're financially vested that you purchase their products and you go through their products as quickly as possible so you can purchase more and they can make money. So they'll tell you their products are natural and pure and they're safe. And think about it, guys. This is so illogical. I cannot believe people swallow this hook, line, and sinker. Think about things in nature. Poison ivy, peanuts, strawberries. I don't care how pure your peanut butter is and how therapeutic grade it is or natural. Some people are going to have anaphylactic shocks, natural, pure, or not. Same thing goes with essential oils. Certain people, pregnant or breastfeeding, I talked about them, children, infants and young children, medication. If you're on medication, be careful. Certain essential oils can cancel out your medication. Blood thinners and oregano. Be careful. If you have a pre-existing medical condition such as cancer, anything estrogen-based, for example, you need to be careful with some of the essential oils you use. If you have pets, cats and ferrets especially, but also cats, ferrets, birds especially, dogs. they can be toxic. And I know you will find somebody who says, well, I have a dog, I have a cat, I have this, I've diffused them, I have no problem. That's awesome. But all cats and dogs and pets are created, they're not created equally. I have also seen reactions where people are like, my dog almost died, and these are pure oils. These can be even MLMs. My dog almost died from tea tree oil. It was toxic to their liver. So please do your research, and anybody who has a financial interest and wants to make money off you is not a good source to go through. And I'm referring in particular to these MLM pyramid schemes with our doTERRA and Young Living pyramid, or whatever you want to call them. They're schemes, not a safe place to get information. So I've told you guys a little bit about safety and about that. I really want to talk about, frankincense. So they have a number of frankincense. This is Carteri. They have two versions of Carteri on their website. Their Carteri is spelled with 2 I's. You can also see it spelled with 1 I. It's the same. They have premium and they have regular. I just bought the regular. I can't remember if the premium wasn't available at that time. It was out of stock or something. I'm not sure why I didn't buy it, but I didn't buy the premium. This is just the regular one. Now, this is steam-distilled, wild-crafted, and from Somalia. So that's some basic information about the oil itself. Now, frankincense Carterii is said to be the same as frankincense Sacra. And I'm not sure what to think about it because I'm definitely not an expert in this field. I have some links below to people who are. One of them is Dan Regular, and he is located in Canada. He has a website called Apothecary Gardens. He's also on Etsy, and he has another website called Fairtrade Frankincense. And he lists different types of frankincense, and he distinguishes the difference between Carteri and Sacra. What AVAT does is the frankincense that they have labeled as Carteri is from Somalia, and the frankincense that they have labeled as Sacra is from Oman. So do your own research. I'm not really sure. I definitely smell a difference between the Sacra and the Carteri. Now, there is a lot of information out there with frankincense, how it cures cancer. Now, let's just get one thing straight. I'm not going to talk about the curing cancer or not, but what people say is the key ingredient in this amazing product or what have you is the Boswellic acid. Essential oil, frankincense essential oil, does not have Boswellic acid in it. So if you are looking to use if you are looking to use frankincense because of the Boswellic acid, you do not want to buy the essential oil. You want to be purchasing the resin or an oil infusion or something along the line of that, because there is no Boswellic acid, even in the MLMs, in frankincense. So if you're looking for a cure for cancer, look at the resins. And definitely check out the links that I have below. So frankincense is also called Olibanum, Olibanum. It's frankincense. And what frankincense is a gum resin from a tree. It's mainly found in Africa and the Middle East. And now, what is a resin? It's kind of like the sap from the tree. And it's kind of difficult to get to. Obviously, it is in a desert. So frankincense, people will tell you, I talked about how they tell you it cures cancer. Another thing that people will tell you is that frankincense and other essential oils were found in the Bible in biblical times. And I'm sure most people, whether you're religious or not, have heard of 3 wise men or the wise people or whatever you have, who have brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh to baby Jesus. I hate to break it to you. I don't want to break anybody's ideas, but they were definitely not bringing bottles of essential oil to baby Jesus. They were either bringing the incense or the resin or something like that. They did not have the capability to create essential oils during biblical times. The modern day steam distillation was not around in biblical times. So let's just get that out of the way. There were not essential oils as we know it during biblical times. So frankincense, for some reason I put off purchasing frankincense, and I think the reason behind it is the same reason that I have not purchased any precious oils like rose or jasmine, is that I'm afraid I'm going to like them. And they're rather expensive. So I did purchase a number of frankincense from AVAT. I think I purchased 5 of their frankincense, and they were all 75 cents. And I can definitely smell the difference between the Carteri and the Sacra. And like I said, some people say that Sacra and Carteri are the same. I find that the essential oil from Oman, which AVAT refers to as Sacra, has a more medicinal scent, whereas the one from Somalia has like a sweeter scent. So I really like the one from Somalia more. Now let's talk about what you can use it for. Like I said, there's no Boswellic acid in here. So if you're looking for that purposes, you need to look elsewhere. Frankincense is also known for kind of anti-aging. If anti-aging does even exist, which it doesn't, you can slow down aging or you know, things like that. But everybody ages. And hopefully you're getting better with age. You can find a lot of skincare products, so it's known for helping with skin, any aging issues that you have. If you are using frankincense or any essential oil, you need to make sure you guys are diluting it properly. And I have links below, and you can check out those links. They need to be diluted, and I also have a calculator that you can check if you go to my blog post on safety, so you guys don't have to do the math. Going along with using frankincense or any essential oil topically is you need to switch up the oils you are using. This goes for diffusion as well. If you use essential oils, the same oil over and over, continuously, weeks and months on end, you are going to encounter an issue called sensitization. What sensitization is it's basically a tolerance or an immunity to the product. Similarly, what you would have with coffee. You know, you build up a tolerance to it, or in the worst case scenario, such as drugs or alcohol, they just don't work, or if they do, they work not the way they're supposed to be. And the same thing can be said for essential oils, so make sure you're switching them up. In addition to helping with mature skin or anti-aging or what have you, they can also help with things such as skin conditions, bruising, swelling, sores, and some people say it helps with pain. I have also heard frankincense, myrrh, and trauma oil are really good for muscle pain and what have you. And again, please do your own research and figure out if this is going to work for you. Those are topical remedies that you can use these for, but there's also you know, aromatherapy remedies. It's said it's really helpful in times of grief or sorrow. Like, it's a very grounding, helpful oil during those difficult times in our life. So I have given you guys a lot of information. I told you about AVAT, the company. I gave you some information about frankincense and the boswellic acid or lack thereof in essential oils. I highly recommend you check out the links that I have below. There's a Facebook group with some world-renowned frankincense experts, people who have dedicated their life to the study of frankincense, fair trade frankincense, and the frankincense commerce. They really know their stuff, and they can recommend some good companies to purchase these from, and the different types of frankincense, such as, like I said, the resin or the incense or oil infusion, or even the essential oil, depending on what you are going to use it for, and how you guys want to use it. I also want to hear from you guys. Let me know two things. Let me know if you have even heard of AVAT. I know they don't show up in any Google searches at all. I found out about them through a Facebook group, like I said, and also let me know about frankincense, if you've tried it and which version you like, because there's so many different frankincenses out there. Please like this video and give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. I will see you guys later.